The Pelicans are looking to defeat their Western Conference rival going into this game. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan with me tonight. Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And Allie LaForce is reporting on the sidelines. You look at the Timberwolves. They return victorious from an undefeated road trip back to the loving embrace of their hometown faithful.
And this is a great chance, Kevin, for this team to establish some home court dominance. Long stand coming up in front of them and an easy way to try and build some momentum.
Now, here's Barrett. Brian Williamson unable to get his last shot to go. And a four-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert is improving his perimeter defense as well, Greg. It's helped his overall game.
Yeah, teams have looked to pull him outside and test his lateral quickness. But I tell you, he holds up better than you think, and we know his presence at the rim.
Now here's Edwards after R.J. Barrett's miss. And Fears pulls it down. Here's Ivy. And slam dunk by Ivy.
And man, can Ivy fly. I mean, a big-time finisher.
Gobert in the corner. It's Edwards on the wing. He's a player that you can only hope to slow down as he averages nearly 28 points a game.
Well, look, it's tough to keep Edwards out of the lane and tough to stop him once he's in there.
To the inside. Messi.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And Messi throws it down.
An unpredictable guard. Fears is solid at realizing when he should look to dish.
Gobert the screen. And finished off by Gobert.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Pass to Fears. And there's the try. And slam dunk by Fears.
This is Fears at his best, using that elusive speed of his to inflict damage on the drive.
In the corner, Barrett with it. Here's Simon. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense area, no way he's missing a layup like that.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. R.J. Barrett, the son of a pro hoops player. He said, quote, as a youngster, my dad programmed me to be aggressive. He always told me, go to the rim, live in the paint. When you do that, you not only score, but you force the whole defense to collapse, and you can make easy plays to hit shooters. Back to you.
Playing with purpose. Allie, as always, we appreciate your reporting.
Well, talk about a guy who plays above the rim. Anthony Edwards.
Fears with it. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
And hey, this rookie Fears can drain that midi with the best of them.
And new leadership for the Pelicans. Greg looking to create a tough, no-excuses mindset.
And at the risk of making excuses, injuries are what held this team back last season. So some of that toughness might be best reflected in their ability to just stay on the court. Catch and shoot specialist Alicia Shea thrives in that role.
Pass to Gobert. Right side, Edwards. And then jammed down as he goes right over Zion Williamson.
Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
And so James Borrego decides to call timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Orleans in the lead. We've got 1:08 left in the first quarter. Ivy, no one around him. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Inside. Here's Beringer.
The sharp interior passing is so important. The best way to create high-percentage buckets.
Murray for three. And again, no good by New Orleans. Minnesota with the ball. Outside, Reed. Lets it go with the three. Good on the three-point shot.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Pass to Jordan. Kuminga with a wide-open look. And again, New Orleans has no luck. And Reed has got the ball here for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 3-point lead. Offline with his three. Here's Kuminga. Plays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been... And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality looks with that penetration.
Also, they're getting into the teeth of the defense. Points in the paint, something coaches always love to see.
Pass to Reed. And coach, for teams defending the pick and roll, you often hear coaches talking about being at the level. What does that mean?
Well, Kevin, what it means is the guy guarding the screener, the defender guarding the screener, has to be all the way up with that guy at the point of the screen, as opposed to being in drop coverage where the guy defending the screener will lay back.
Now, here's Reed. Following the miss by DeJounte Murray. It's good.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Pass to Queen. There's the screen. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to go on Naz Reid. So Anthony Edwards, the Timberwolves franchise player. GA, how good do you think he can be?
Well, some were ready to anoint him the new face of the league. But if they're to win the franchise's first title, there's another level he's got to reach.
First free throw is good. And unfortunately, Coach, the Pelicans still looking for the franchise's first deep playoff run.
Yeah, just 2 playoff series wins since their arrival in New Orleans back in 2002. They've had some tremendous talents, but the stars have yet to align.
The Pelicans trailed by 3. Here's Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
That's as easy as it gets for Kuminga. Defense has to bring more energy than that.
Here's Reed driving to the basket. And he makes that one. Reed's got 9.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Outstanding defense by Reed there. He understands the importance of protecting the basket.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Here's Fears. The rebound by Simons. Timberwolves leading by 3. Lets it go from deep. The shot comes out.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that.
And Messi throws it down.
You've got to love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Riza up top. Left side, Kuminga. Out to the right wing. Back to Messi. And Messi throws it down.
Looking to make plays for others. We've seen this from him all night.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found him. You love to see a guy dishing it like this.
Well, Barrett likes to shoot threes at a steady clip, and he's pretty free with those shots.
Here's Riza. Again, the Pelicans score. To stand both the 23 and 24 first overall picks coming from France. Riza, the top selection by Atlanta in 24.
Look, and I thought Riza just got better as his rookie year went on, and he's going to continue to improve from year to year. This guy can shoot the ball, he can defend, and he really improved his passing as the year went on.
Here's Barrett, following the basket by Jonathan Kuminga. Edwards looking it over. 4 on the clock. Over Ivy. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. And now, Heather LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. The Timberwolves coach, Chris Finch, said, "We're a team based on movement, cutting, and fluidity. That burden also falls on Anthony Edwards to move and accommodate his teammates. For his part, Ant said his focus is being what the team needs me to be, a leader by example, and showing them that I'm coachable." Kevin, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot.
Effective use of the mid-range there by Edwards. He's a true three-level scorer.
Back to Riza. Down low. Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
And I love when these wings get rewarded for the dirty work in that two-man game. Kuminga getting his.
Edwards can't hit. The Pelicans leading. Here's Ivy. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
The shot's good from Simons.
What a good finish inside. Simons is such a talented scorer who gets it done in a variety of ways.
Ivy with the bucket.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Pass to Fear. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Pelicans shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Up in time. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Pelicans lead by 4. From Target Center, back in a moment. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. New Orleans leading by 4. And good depth for the Timberwolves. It can be challenging sometimes, Stan, choosing who plays and who sits.
Well, Kevin, that's the kind of problem you want as a coach. But they've traded away a lot of draft capital to assemble this roster. Now it's about paying them to keep them together.
Here's Fear. Simons with the defensive effort. Up top, Edwards. Has to Gobert. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Gobert got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Timberwolves. Out to the wing. Out left to the wing. Now, here's Ivy. He has 7. Here's Rizachet. Tries again. Pass to Fear. Rizachet in the corner. 5 on the clock. Rebound, Minnesota.
Well, 4 failed attempts to start this half. Not what they wanted out of the locker room.
Simons. It's good. This game is all even. Simons has got 8.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the ball.
New Orleans moving the ball around. And Messi throws it down.
Yeah, a natural scorer. Ivy is developing into a tremendous playmaker.
Outside, Edwards. Edwards loves it in there.
They are on fire to start this second half. 3 for 3 and looking totally in sync.
And so James Borrego decides to call timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. Both teams making substitutions here. Here are the Pelicans now. They host the Kings after this game. That game marks the start of a 5-game homestand, the longest of the season. Jenkins can't get it to go. And so Sexton will bring it up for Minnesota. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Reed in the post. And here's Sexton. Shot clock at 3. So they take the lead. And now a 3-point Timberwolves lead.
Great pass from Sexton. Moving it out for the triple, involving others. Well, we'll never get tired of those dunks from Zion.
Here's Shannon. Hasn't made one yet. To the paint, Beringer. And the wide open shot from Reed. And another shot. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, if you want to know where commitment and hard work can get you, follow Naz Reid's career. Everyone who counted him out is eating their words right now.
And he's good on the second. Stan Naz Reid is a much-beloved player with the Timberwolves, the 2024 Sixth Man of the Year award winner.
Yeah, he is, Kevin. I'm not sure the fans in Minnesota love anyone more than they love Naz Reid, not even Anthony Edwards. They appreciate his consistency, the effort he brings every night, the energy, and, yeah, the charisma on top of all the skill.
Clock at 4. Murray, no good. The Timberwolves leading. For 3, buries the long-range jumper.
Well, the defense was a little soft. He felt free to take that shot.
Reed with the block.
On that play, notice how Reed was in the right spot. That is important for a block.
Here's the screen. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
And Murray, here we go. Pass to Jenkins. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Jenkins got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Oh, what vision. Murray's got eyes in the back of his head.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's ready to talk things through with them. So both teams making some changes here. Timberwolves leading by 5. Simons surveying the D. Outside Barrett. Shot clock at 6. Here's Reed. Doesn't go that time. Stolen by Reed. 1:10 left in the third quarter. And Reed throws it down.
And what a night for Reed. We see him do this once in a while. Once he gets rolling, it's hard to hold him back.
Pass to Phillips. Back to Barrett. Outside, Reed. Bangs home the trifecta. Reed's got the lead up to 10 now for the Timberwolves.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
And they're on the break. Simons on the wing. And he goes big with a tough right over DeAndre Jordan.
Guys, we had to take flight to get to this game tonight, but here's a guy who simply takes flight and flies that wheel on the basketball court. I mean, it's pretty surreal to watch a guy who can elevate to that level.
And so it's Minnesota up. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Timberwolves leading by 12. It's Edwards on the wing. Edwards slashing inside. And it's in there.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
He's athletic and deceptively long. Murray is excellent at using those advantages to get all the way inside. Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
Pass to Williamson. And it's a great finish!
Oh, my.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty. Rule with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it. And it's Williamson missing. Minnesota with the ball. They host the Clippers after this game. Here's Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Well, that was unbelievable. Not many guys can do what Ant-Man just did.
And the layup's good off the glass. Edwards got 10 points here in the second half. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Timberwolves.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And they've also not only created turnovers tonight, but converted on them. All game long, that strategy has been paying off.
And so James Borrego decides to call timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Pelicans trailed by 18. Over in the corner, Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
And this is why many are excited about Kuminga's upside. J.K. has the potential to be a consistently dominant scorer.
Edwards, no good.
One made three for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see. Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. That one's not going to go. Ivy's got space. Again, the Pelicans score.
How do you stay in front of that? Ivy with the quick change of direction.
And here's Edwards from the arc. To the left side wing. Reed trains it from beyond the arc. Reed got 21.
Well, coming out of the half, he's been much more aggressive, helping them space the floor.
Buries it from three-point range.
Well, already an improvement for him from beyond the arc in this half.
Here's Edwards. Fires the three. Rebounded by Kuminga. Pelicans trailed by 12. Outside Edwards. Strong move off the glass.
Well, it might not be fair, but most nights we expect Edwards to put up big scoring numbers. That's what you ask of your stars.
And so James Borrego decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what James Borrego was saying to his team. Coach was seething about the turnovers. He said, I love everything we're doing but the turnovers. They're killing us. Let's clean up that before it sinks us.
Allie, thank you so much. Gobert with the block.
Well, you have to be aware of Gobert. So good at blocking shots. He just controls the paint.
Outside Edwards. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, the slam dunk.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
A three-pointer. Good.
A true highlight of Richard's game, his ability to just knock it down from beyond.
Ivy with it. Picked up by Barrett. And good that time.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
Edwards. Edwards fights through for 2.
Just a ferocious play by Edwards. Taking the contact, but staying committed to his finish.
Puts up the 3. Jordan pulls it down.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
And that's one he wants back, just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for Minnesota.
When you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooting.
Exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Anthony Edwards.
Well, he was the reliable option for them on just about every possession. So dependable, always making the right decision.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. Nice read. So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that'll wrap it up, folks.